Hi everyone. So you have homework on special right triangles and trig ratios. So there are word problems in your trig ratios homework, and they involve the angle of elevation and the angle of depression. So here we have a definition of the angle of elevation, and it's the angle above the horizontal line that an observer must look to see an object that is higher than the observer. So you can see that this angle right here is the angle of elevation. Now let's take a look at the angle of depression. Let's see here. Okay, so in this case, the angle of depression is the angle below the horizontal line that an observer must look to see an object that is lower than the observer. So you can see that if this person is in a hot air balloon, then they are at the horizontal line. You draw a horizontal line where they are, and this angle right here that is created from their perspective looking down at an object below them at an angle, this right here is the angle of depression. So let's go ahead and take a look at the homework. So on the back, we can take a look at number 10. Okay, number 10 says, a lift chair at a ski resort has an angle of elevation of 28 degrees. And covers a total distance of 4,640 feet. Okay, what is the vertical distance covered by the lift chair? So let's go ahead and draw a picture. So we know that the angle of elevation is, the horizontal is going to be at the bottom, and the angle of elevation is going to be 28 degrees. And the lift chair is this line right here, okay? And the total distance that it covers is 4,640 feet. And now what it's doing is it's asking for the vertical distance, which is going to be our unknown. Okay, so that's number 10, and you can use your trig ratios to find what x is. Let's go ahead and take a look at number, let's see, one that's angle of depression, and that would be number 11. So you are preparing to land an airplane. Your straight line approach has an angle of depression of 3 degrees. What is the straight line distance to the runway when the plane is at an altitude of 500? So now, because we're talking about an angle of depression, the horizontal line is going to be at the top, and you're going to be looking down 3 degrees. Okay? And there's our right angle right here at the corner. So the plane is at an altitude of 500, and we know the altitude means this would be the ground right here. So the altitude would be 500 feet, which is going to be the same as this altitude right here. Here's the airplane. That's not a very good airplane. But since the altitude is 500 feet, this is going to be congruent to this side, which is also going to be 500 feet. So therefore the question is, what is the straight line distance to the runway when the plane is at an altitude of 500 feet? So we want to know the straight line distance to the runway. So the distance from the plane, the straight line approach, what is the straight line distance to the runway? And this right here would be considered the runway. Okay. So again, we have the airplane, the angle of depression, the horizontal is at the top, and you are looking down 3 degrees, and and you want to know what the straight line distance from where the airplane is to the runway when it's an altitude of 500 feet. Okay, and again, you can use your trigonometry. This is the hypotenuse, this is the opposite, and use your trig ratios. Alright, I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions. Alright, bye.